voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word, that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in the evening dew, that might control the starry pole, and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise out of the dewy grass. Night has worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while wilt thou turn away? The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Good to be with you, my friends. It is I, your spiritual entertainer, nothing more, nothing less, here with you once again for your spiritual entertainment privilege. And it is good to see Daniel Berry, Sports Highlight, is here. Good to see you. And the Servant of Anubis, Vixen. As you are coming in, please do the courtesy of going to the top of the screen here and touching that little like button as you come in. Today we have the Knight of Pentacles card in the background. Now, I don't know what that means. I really appreciate the art of many of these people who make these tarot cards. I think it's quite beautiful, the things that they make. And so I don't know I forgot the name of the artist who made this, but I think her name is Alexandria. I forgot her last name. She has a beautiful tarot deck that is Celtic themed, obviously, right? And this is the Knight of Pentacles, whatever that means. I don't know. I am not an expert on the tarot, so I don't know how that works out. But I really appreciate if someone knows it. Go ahead, please. Share your understanding, as I don't. Yesterday, if you subscribe to my Substack, I put a message up there yesterday that had to do with Christianity. Some of you saw it. How I understand it, and this might sound like a contradiction to some people who are, in the church, but I had to leave the church in order to find the Christ, if that makes sense. I had to leave the church in order to find, the meaning. It was wrapped up in my vanity, wrapped up in all of these ideas and symbols I was being controlled. That's the bottom line, right? I was being controlled. I was told I was the problem. I am the sinner. They have the answer. So that was my experience. Hello from India. Good to see you, Aaron. Where am I from? I am from the United States, obviously. Yeah. Lots of my good friends from India. You have a rolling frog, you have a holy wood. That's what some people call it in the morning, right? When it makes its way in the world, obviously, right? What's good, homie? How I'm doing? I'm doing good, Senos. I'm doing good. Living my life the best way I can. Making my way the only way I know how, right? As most of us in the world. Can you let me out of the basement? I'm trying. You are promised Scooby snacks and an apple juice. Yeah, you're a dick, is what you are. And soon the moderator will get you out of here because of I'll do it myself. You're a sick person. Goodbye. Let's see here. Hide user from channel. Goodbye. Goodbye, Dick. Yeah, these people are. I don't mind trolls if you're going to be funny, but don't be a dick, right? Trolls are, people I enjoy having conversation with. Don't be a dick. Am I a druid? Yes. I practice druidry. Yes. I'm more of a hedge druid. I belong to an order of druids, but I do it my own way, as most people know here. No, I don't LARP. This is my life. These are all symbols of my culture and heritage from my Welsh ancestry. So there's no LARPing here, sir, unless you're bringing it with you. Jesus is your Lord, good for you. Keredun is mine. Keredun is my lady. Let's see here. So you are LARPing, and you are being a dick. Yeah. I mean, that guy's humor was all right. No, it wasn't. He was calling me a molester. That's not funny. What am I supposed to do with that, right? I mean, that's terrible. There we go. The copy and pasting crowd of Christians are here. Annoying the shit out of you with, don't give Christian emojis because look what they are doing, right? It's really ridiculous. You copying and pasting. That's exactly what Jesus told you not to do. Now, I got to walk my wife out here to the door real quick to give her a proper greeting as she leaves. All right. Give it to me. All right. Have a good day. Make sure it doesn't miss away. All right. I'm returning back to you just a moment here. Yeah, my wife's on her way to work. I had to say goodbye, have a good day, so on and so forth. But here I have returned to you, your spiritual entertainment, 7 days a week. As you come in, go and touch the like button at the top, please. If you are a community member, please help a bard out. Help a bard out, right? Yeah, we don't do spamming. Jesus was a good man. Yeah, I have no problem with the Christ. The Christ is an archetype for me, very important. As I said yesterday on my Substack, you want to see my Substack, it's in the About Me. But I am not a Christian because Christians have certain definitions and ideologies that I cannot support. So, as I said, I had to leave the church in order to really, find the message of the Christ, which I believe is found in this reality of loving. I see him as loving me without requirement, right? Christians will tell you that God will love you if you believe in him or do what he wants, right? I think that is bullshit, right? I'm a father. I have 8 children. If I were to love them just because they are believing in me or doing what I want to do, I would be terrible, right? The idea of love to me is you are loving the person and you have no requirement, right? You hope that maybe they would reciprocate, but they don't have to. That is the point in the teachings of the Christ, right? To love the enemy, to love the neighbor, to not, require anything of them. It's the loving which is important. That is my opinion. The brainless one, good to see you, our good friend. Good to have you here. Yeah, John, I am here. That is what I do. I am an entertainer. He is copying Jesus right now. Well, not really. I don't know what you mean by that. Copying Jesus right now. You are Catholic. What are you? I'm an entertainer. That is what I am. Spiritual entertainment, 7 days a week. I am here for you, my friends. That is what I do here. Lots of people are getting deleted. If you're going to be dicks and copying and pasting scriptures, we don't do that shit here. I was a Christian for 30 years. Everything you're saying doesn't have any effect upon me, right? I did all of your bullshit already. So if you want to have a conversation, I need to find Sophia, which is the divine essence even behind the Father. I'm not a Gnostic. And I certainly believe in Sophia, this divine principle of wisdom in the created reality, right? The universal, the lady. I'm certainly a Sophiologist in that respect. The Gnostic understanding of Sophia, I think, is terrible. She's like a fuck up, right? I don't appreciate that. Gnosticism to me is a terrible religion, even though they have preserved some of the Christian memories, right, of the early communities. Yeah, I prefer the text known as the Gospel of Truth. That's my thing. I think that's very important. What's the rabbit on the stick? That is my totem, Timothy. That I have rabbits downstairs. If you go to my playlist, you could see what I call the bunny cam. You could see my rabbit. That's her right there on my staff here. Well, it's more of a walking stick, right? If I didn't have an effect, then you wouldn't have responded. Yeah, as a courtesy, I respond to everyone. You're not having an effect on me when you're being a dick. You're affecting yourself. That's what you're doing. As a courtesy, I respond to everyone here. That is what I do. And at some point, the moderators will remove you if you want to be inappropriate. There is no God. Oh, poor David. Poor David. Do you go around everywhere you go? You're going to McDonald's. You're ordering a number 2 combo meal. Oh, there is no God. Oh, yeah, you atheist fundamentalists, you're worse than Christian fundamentalists. You are an embarrassment to the atheists that are on my program here. D&D cosplay, no, that's on Friday nights. This is real life to me. These are all cultural symbols of my heritage. So it's really sad that many of you lack culture. You lack the understanding of other people's ethnic traditions, that you see it as cosplay. Such a shame. To me, that's bigotry when you are saying that your culture is more superior to mine. I'm celebrating my ancestors of the ancient Celtic lands of Wales. But what are you doing? You're being a dick, right? Fully cycled aquatics, yours is a Havamo. What is that? James Maynard is returned. All right. Beelzebub is here. Oh, shit. We are in trouble now, right? What are we going to do when Beelzebub shows up, right? I'll come back on Friday then. Well, on my other channel, it's at Realmscape. That's where I dress up as a wizard and we play D&D together. Yeah, D&D is a favorite game of mine, but this is my cultural heritage here that I'm celebrating. I am not LARPing or playing D&D. These are all cultural symbols for me. And it's shame that people don't understand that. They don't get that. What's the logo behind me? This here, that's the Pentacle. This is the Knight of Pentacle card from the Tarot deck. That's what you're seeing there. And I don't know the meaning. Now, I like tarot, but I don't understand it. I read runes. I don't do tarot. You think the Gnostics meant that Sophia is the consciousness and the Demerge is the mind being? Yeah, I think that's all bullshit. That the world you live in is a screw up. I don't see that. I think Gnosticism is a terrible religion, even though they have preserved some of the Christian memories, right? I think it is a terrible religion. You believe you are God? Wonderful. Glad to have you here. We like lots of deities here. All deities are welcome here. James is a wizard. All right. We can do that, right? What type of magic are you casting upon us today, James? Oh, my goodness. Yeah. A lizard wizard? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. You are trolling. You know what it is? No, this is my lifestyle. I don't know why I am trolling. You can look at my channel. I'm a member of the Order of Bards, Ovite, and Druids. This is my heritage that I celebrate. My spiritual traditions from my ancestors. There's no trolling here. This is my lifestyle. What you see is what you get. These are all symbols from my culture. So you might say that I'm trolling. I'm expressing myself, honoring my ancestors. That is what I'm doing. What runes do you know? Well, I use the Elder Foolshak runes. Very helpful, very beneficial to me. That's what I use. You are cleansed by the bathing of a mine hide. What does that mean? What does that mean? Dearborn Independent, good to have you here, our good friend, for your spiritual entertainment. As you're coming in, my friends, go up to the like button up there. It's right at the top of your screen. Give it a touch. I do this every day. I'm here every day having conversations with you about whatever you want to talk about. spirituality, culture, Dungeons and Dragons. That's a big one, right? For many of you. You always think, I am a dungeon master. I mean, that's part of my life. I've been, but my D&D channel is on another YouTube. At Realmscape is where that is. Let's see here. There are many gods and goddesses in the Bible. That is true. But unfortunately, the people unwilling to receive an education don't want to accept that. You cast many ills on your enemies and good fortune to your fellow druids. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not the way of Druidry, right? We are not into the curse and hex, right? I think that's important. What DF did you stumble into? Spiritual entertainment. That is what you have come here to find, my friend. Now, I do this every day. I usually do it sitting down, but I have found when I'm here with my staff that it's like a fishing lure. It brings people in for conversation. Just like the guy, you ever see the guy with the karate? He got gloves on, right? He is doing karate and speaking in proverbs, right? I'm like, well, that's a good idea. I need something to draw people in. And so I found that we are giving the staff a try. Yeah, I do this every morning for about 2 hours. I am here. Can I cast a thunderbolt on your grandmother? What's wrong with your grandma? You should have some respect for your elders. I mean, that's inappropriate, right? Do I believe in skinwalkers? Well, Vixen does. Vixen down there in the chat, the servant of Anubis. They are part of the Navajo tradition, right? If I do recall. I'm open to believe in anything, right? I'm open to ideas, certainly. I have no fixed thing. I have a mind of inquiry. If you say you have had an experience with whatever, I'm interested. I want to hear your story. I don't turn people away unless you're being a dick. All people are welcome here, but some of your ideas are terrible, and those are not welcome here. Let's see here. Can we donate for a circle of protection? Yes, go down to the money button down below, and I will conjure a circle of protection around you for the right price, right? The bigger the donation, the bigger the circle. That's how I work, right? Is this a live from summoning Cthulhu? Yes, Cthulhu is on the way. We have just had a conversation. I did my sacrifices. I did my sexual orgies and everything to use that energy to conjure up the Cthulhu here today. So he shall be, let's see, maybe in 50 minutes or so. Where are we at here? Yeah, Cthulhu is on the way. He is on the way. So thank you for inquiring. He's coming to your house first. So watch out. Oaken Hill Hermit, it's good to see you, our good friend, for your spiritual entertainment. I'm going to try to keep up in the chat today because I am standing. So I have my moderator over here that is excelling through the chats. So I don't fall behind today. Swift, what is your name? Swift Forever. Swift Forever. You are saying, I was watching a video, accidentally clicked live. This is interesting. Do I believe in ghosts? Well, that all depends, really, on how you wish to define the ghost, right? I certainly have had experiences with, entities. And, so I as I said, I'm open to all kinds of ideas. Now, ghosts are sometimes, I think, one of the biggest things when you find these ghosts, like a haunted house. And most of the time, that is, I think, a psychic apparition from the individuals that live there, a memory. If you've been to like a haunted house, what happens? Repetitive behaviors, right? That are ordered, like the opening of the door, the knocking, the light going on and off. I mean, it's very repetitive behaviors. There's some type of energy that has been, trapped in playing itself out. These are things I think certainly are worth investigating. And some paranormal, as they are called, psychologists have looked into like entities that sometimes are just a manifestation, right, of your energy, your power. There's a lot we don't know about the human mind. There's a lot we don't know. There's a lot of things that we have yet to discover in terms of, apparition, right? Sometimes I believe we have ancestors that are around us, right? That are always speaking to us and guiding us. And of course, there's the dark side, the annoying ancestor or dark powers that are in the world. Earlier today, I released a YouTube short about the archons, which that's a Gnostic word. It's also a biblical word. The Apostle Paul used it, right? The principalities and powers. I think there are forces in our world feeding off of our energies, and they use politics and religion, to do that, to make us afraid, to keep us fighting with one another. I really believe that there's energies in this world that feast upon our bad choices. What kind of pony is behind me on the mural? I think that is a horse. I don't think it is a pony. I don't know. This is from a tarot deck, what you see behind me. I forgot the artist's name, Alexandria something or whatever. It's her tarot deck. This is beautiful Celtic imagery that I've found of value, so I have it back. Down under Debbie is here. Deb Richardson, good to have you here, our good friend. For your spiritual entertainment privilege in the morning, if you are coming in, go up to the like button up at the top and give it a touch, right? Always nice to see you. There is no gender to that's how you understand deity. Now, I go a little out of the box when it comes to the divine. I see gender. I see gender as sacredness, the male and the female. I see that these are eternal principles within the cosmos that we participate in, right? And the unity of these genders, these types, the alchemical reality of the union of the opposites, it brings life, it brings power. Yeah, I think I tend to think of divinity in a hermetic way, which is not beyond us, right? Sometimes I think there are some terrible theologies that say that the divine has no gender. Well, if that is true, then your gender doesn't matter, right? Your quest for purpose and identity, some of you, right? You're trying to find yourself on the inside. If the divine has no gender, then it doesn't matter. For me, gender matters. It's very important, right? Let's see. You, Swift, you believe in a tortured doll that is haunted. It plays music, but was broken. When my dad died that day at the funeral, it was playing a lullaby. Well, if you see it as tortured, then you have an obligation to bring it peace, right? Yeah, there are some entities that need a little boost, right? They need help. They need healing. Some of your ancestors, they stick around and they annoy the shit out of you until they get what they want, right? I think that's very important that you learn to bring that healing to them. Very important. Let's see here. The deer on the backdrop seems to be very confused. Yeah, you think so? He's like, what's going on here? Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful Celtic symbolism, right? The Knight of Pentacles. It's Sir Gawain, right? This is Sir Gawain here, if you are open to it. Oh no, the casual burrito is here. What are we going to do? Good to see you again. I hope you've been well, right? You were banned. I release the bans every couple of months, so please behave. Don't be a dick, and you can have a good time here. Hell of a Christmas. I think you're a little bit out of the celebration. We have quite a way to go for the Christmas time, right? See, what do you think of the Green Man? I think the Green Man is an important symbol that's making its way into the world. The world needs a new savior, right? The environment, the earth, and that is the Green Man. The Green Man is the salvation. We have a savior for humanity, right? The Christ. Now we need a savior for our mother, the earth, and that is the Green Man. The Green Man is becoming a more important symbol in the world. making the world alive, the world important, the world living. Yeah, if you want to trace it back, right, it's on ancient churches. You'll find the green man. People trying to figure out where it came from, right? The universal symbolism. There's been a lot of. We've had a show on it. Last year we talked about the green man and its important symbolism and the legends behind it, which it's interesting when you study it. Where does it come from, right? How people, no one knows, but I see the green man as an important symbol for the future, because the earth needs a savior, right? We are destroying our mother. We are raping and pillaging her every day. We don't see the earth as value. We don't see the earth as being. We don't see the earth having purpose. And whose fault is that? The Abrahamic traditions, the Christianity mostly, right? Says that the world you live in is going to be destroyed by the God. It doesn't matter what you're doing here. All that matters is getting out of here. This is only temporary. And I say that's bullshit, right? It's being disconnected to the earth is unhealthy. It is unhealthy. We need to find that connection once again. I mean, it's driving us mad. People are going crazy because you've lost the connection to the natural. Let's see, where am I at here? I'm trying to keep up with you. Spiritual entertainment, 7 days a week. I am here, my friends. Like and subscribe. If you are interested, think about becoming a Discord member. Join our community. There's a join button. For the price of a cup of coffee, you could support me. As long as people are buying me coffees, I'm going to be here for the next 25 years. So think about becoming a community member for the price of a cup of coffee. That's all that it takes to support the bard here. Yeah, I'm here every day for you. You are drunk, Voda? Well, good for you. You make the whole house smell. You're my neighbor. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, we do a lot of fun things over here. I'm sorry that you're having a struggle next door here. I still want your lawnmower. My neighbor's a Christian fundamentalist, and his name is Jesus. He doesn't like me. He says I'm Jesus, but I told him when the rapture happens, I'm going to get your lawnmower. That's what I'm going to do. Good morning, Super Scott. Good to see you. Good to have you here for your spiritual entertainment. 7 days a week I am here, my friends. Is this some type of cult shit? Yes, it is. I am a cult leader. And only the finest. Yeah, I've learned from all of the great cult leaders what not to do, right? Like the Kool-Aid, for instance. The Kool-Aid I give you gets you high. You see Punchy jumping out of the wall in 3D, right? Our orgies that we have, they are open. It isn't just about me. I think cult leaders, you have to be community servants rather than having the community serve you. See, I've learned from all the great cult leaders what to do, right? Skinwalkers, for some reason, love rabbits for food. I don't know. I can't keep up with it, right? You believe in vodka? Well, I'm sorry to hear that you are into alcoholic abuse. I don't believe in substance abuse. I'm 100% against it. Not for recreation, but there are people that you can't live a life without substances. I use them for medical purposes. Can you explain the pentagram and what it's supposed to mean? Well, this is called a pentangle. And for different people, it has different meaning. For my ancestors, it meant many things. The 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, spirit. That is one meaning. The five wounds of Jesus Christ. That is, you find it on some of the churches in my ancestral lands. The pentangle. It has different value and different purpose. It is sacred geometry, is what it is. You find it in nature. For instance, with an apple, if you cut the apple in half, the seed within, it is a pentacle, right? There's a lot of sacred geometry has power, right? Every time I put a pentacle in the back here, right, what happens? All kinds of people come here, right? How do you join my cult? Well, you go to the join button down there and buy me a cup of coffee, and you could become a cult member. It's real simple. Yeah. Circumcision is optional. If you want to circumcise your wiener, we do make a way for that. We do have a rabbi that comes on in the morning here, all the way from Israel, for your private part needs. Let's see here. You are a comedian? Yes, I am. I mix spirituality and entertainment together, right? And some of you don't know. I have a poker face, right? You're like, what is he doing? But I do practice Druidry. This is my culture. I definitely goon. Why are you watching? Let's see here. That was a scripture from the Bible. I don't know what you're reading. God clearly says, how do you know what God says anything? Right? You're reading a secondary opinion and you're saying it's God. You cannot prove that the Bible is God's word. You cannot do it. God's word to me is not limited to a book. Every time I look at a sunrise, there's God's word. Every time I see a baby being born, there's God's word, right? I find the logos in the beauty of the world. Is the deer? The deer, this is the Knight of Pentacles. It is a tarot card. Do you believe we are living with a dome and there are multiple earths? No, there's only this one, right? I only see one cosmos. I don't see heavens or hells. I see one universe, one unity, but different modes of experiencing that, right? My ancestors would call the other world Anovin. Now, it's not really in another world. That the idea of an Anovin is interpreted as another world. It is here, but there's boundaries, right? You hear a lot of in the people in the Celtic traditions, they speak of, the veil, right? The veil is a place that is a boundary for what is here. Sometimes beings cross to and fro these veils, as we have in the like we read in the Mabinogion, the ancient traditions of my ancestors talk about these beings. Rodzilla, good to see you. And Riders on the Storm, good to have you here, our good friend. You can achieve your dreams. Yeah, it depends. This idea of dream achievement. It's important to understand that sometimes your dreams are not right or misguided. You are thinking about your success sometimes in an inappropriate way, like the quest for financial stability, right? Everyone wants financial stability, but why aren't you stable right now is the question, right? People have these dreams, but just because you are dreaming it doesn't make it so, right? I do believe in destiny. I believe in fate. I believe that there is a divine being that works with you to have the best kind of life that you could live. If you're willing to work with the divine, you will achieve the greatest. But your idea of greatness is not always the idea of the divine. Let me give you an example from my life. When I was younger, I had a desire to get married. I had this image and vision of this, what I thought would be the best kind of woman in the world, right? With every young man, something right out of a magazine or something, right? And I had this image in my mind. And what I was given was not what I was seeing, this image. I had like this dream of this beautiful blonde woman. And in the dream, I was told I was going to get married. So I assumed it's going to be this beautiful blonde woman. And then I met my wife. And she wasn't this image I had created. She was much more than that. She was greater than what I could conceive in my mind. I was thinking in terms of materialism. And the joke in this is, like, my wife has dark features. I have brown eyes, dark hair as well. My first child, my daughter, she was blonde hair and blue eyes, a recessive gene. That is the humor of the divine, right? So sometimes what you seek isn't always the best. You have to. There's a proverb in the Bible, right? There's a way that is known to the Lord, and then there's your way, right? There's something that is in your heart that is hidden, that you're trying to work out in your life. But sometimes you work it out in a way that's inappropriate. You are doing things your way, which you think will make you happy, when it really does not. This is the problem in our culture with the materialism. At a young age, we are told, right? You are supposed to get a great job. That will give you meaning in life. And then you get that great job. You're like, what the hell's wrong with me? You're not happy because you planned. You were miserable your whole life until you got the job, and then for that moment you were happy, and then you will realize I'm not really happy. And so some people start the process all over again. They're like, well, I need a better job. I need a new career. I need a new love life. You're never content on the inside because you're trying to find meaning and purpose in an inappropriate way. Life is an inner journey, not an achievement. That's imbalance. We are all equal in some way, certainly. You truly think just have one life, and we have to make the most of it. It's being nice. It definitely helps, but unfortunately doesn't stop the bad, right? This idea of the bad, right? There is certainly good and evil in the world. We have a responsibility, right, to heal this misguidedness in our humanity. The evil in another person is the same evil that is in you. They have just acted it out, right? It's learning that you're not separated from that person, even though they have done something horrible, something you would never do. But you do have the possibility to do it. It's important to realize that in the process of healing our humanity, of guiding it, that we have, this darkness that is within us. The darkness is not bad. It's what you're doing with it. It needs to be guided. It needs to be healed, right? I believe in reconciliation. I believe that you are not a piece of garbage. You've done some of you right now. There's someone right now that's watching. I see you. You have a problem with pornography, right? You feel ashamed. You feel really ashamed about your life, and you feel disgusted with yourself. This is just going to be a memory when you begin to learn to heal. You can find freedom from it. You can overcome it. This doesn't have to define you. Your desire for sexuality is wonderful. You're just putting it in the wrong place. You are using your sexuality in an inappropriate way. Sexuality is not for you to get meaning. It's for you to give meaning. That's very important that you realize that. It is something that is used to love, not something that is used to get. It is a way to love another person. And many people in relationships, you don't realize that. You use the other person as an object for your pleasure, right? When you are doing that, you are no different than a dog that's going around humping people's legs, right? Yeah, when your sexuality is just a mere objectification of the other person. One of the things that we are called to do is to grow and to heal and to mature, right? When you were younger, that maybe was permissible, but it's time to grow up. It's time to love the other person with your body. People who are married, sometimes married couples. I've been married for 26 years. It took me a long time to love my wife for who she is, rather than for what she could do to me, right? And some people never grow out of that. You treat the other person as a sexual object, rather than as a person with dignity that deserves to be loved. That's what sexuality is. It's a way to give yourself to another person, not to take. And in that giving, it's wonderful, right? It is a wonderful experience. Now, this is for adults, right? Let's see, where are we at here? 39 minutes. Now, this is for adults. If you are under the age of 18, you are not welcome here. Having an orgasm for instance, right? When you're just trying to get one, it doesn't have the greatest experience. When you're just focusing on the other person and it comes out of that giving, that is the ultimate experience. When you're just focusing on the other person, not trying to get off, not trying to get. When you enter into the orgasmic state in that, there's nothing like that in the world. That is something that you, if you are in a relationship, if you are married, that is something that you must learn to experience in your is giving yourself totally to that other person. Until you do that, you're not really loving them, right? You are using them for your own purposes. And it's unfortunate that that is the way of most relationships. They are just a tool for your sexual gratification, which is quite unfortunate. Harry Dresden, no, I'm not. Did you see that gentleman? It's going all over the YouTube, right? He was dressed up like Harry Dresden, beating down someone's door. Yeah. He it's sad when people are, they lose their damn minds, right? They lose their damn minds. We are all children of God. Yes, I agree. Druids have magical powers. You have to understand that the magic in Druidry is what is already here. Learning to tap into the energy that is here, not trying to conjure it up or shoot fire from your fingers. It's learning to experience what is here, right? If you think about like the ancient practices of magic and things, what has it led to? Science, to real discovery, real purpose, when you are seeking with intention, right? The idea that, Goblin, good to see you. The idea that you need Jesus for balance is silly, right? What Jesus gives me it teaches me is the ability to love. And in loving, there's certainly balance, right? In loving. But you don't need to. Fiona is here. Farmer Fiona, you want to be my therapist today? We are good to see you, our good friend Farmer Fiona. She was my therapist yesterday. She was trying to get me to reflect. It's quite complicated, do you think? If a druid wants to fly, but he doesn't want to. See, this is silliness. This has nothing to do with the practice of Druidry. Unless you're playing Morrowind, right? And you got the fly spell and you're going up. Why didn't they bring the fly spell into Skyrim? I mean, that would have been great, right? Morrowind, you got the fly spell. You're flying around. Where's it at in Oblivion? Where's it at in Skyrim? It's not there. Yeah. Let's see here. Farmer in the whole supposed to be balanced, but how can you stand for God, but say it is impossible to balance the world? Yeah, I think people have to understand you're not separated from the divinity. You don't need to believe in a divinity to achieve a balance or harmony. This is in your nature. You don't have to have the right ideas. It is something that is clearly expressed in your humanity and the archetype, right? Why not is here, our large brother. Good to see you, large brother. Why not? Good to have you here, our good friend. You have plus 100 abilities from you. Thank you, Travis. Thank you. You are my trainer in speechcraft. I have come to Travis here. If you are here, my friends, you see at the top there, my staff does it right up there, the like button. That's very important to me because I do this for a living, right? When you come in, go ahead and give it a touch. Spiritual entertainment, 7 days a week. Today I'm standing. I'm usually sitting, right? I find that standing really draws in the crowd, right? Sharing my experiences. Love is all you need. That's right, Paul, right? Love is all you need, as the song goes, right? Good to see you, Paul. Always nice to see you. I don't know why I'm always associated with a wizard. I mean, that's not a bad thing. I do dress up as a wizard when I play D&D. But these are all cultural symbols here. My cloak is a symbol of the bardic tradition. My triskelion is a symbol of my ancestral beliefs. My walking stick here is a symbol of my love for animals. The rabbit, as you all know, is my totem. The rabbit, I have 2 rabbits. If you want to see them, go to my playlist called Bunny Cam. I'm always making videos. I made a nice one of my tortoise yesterday, right? The irony, the tortoise and the hare. And it's true, the tortoise does win. The tortoise is always jetting around everywhere when I let her out. And we'll be seeing her soon. What is it? Let's see what time it is. Around 8 o'clock, I will bring the tortoise so you can see her. But the tortoise and the hare, powerful symbols, right? My hares, they just flop around everywhere. They're quite lazy, the hare. They're always laying around. Kevin, good to see you. Mythicist is here this morning. Good to have you here, Kevin. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad that you are here for your spiritual entertainment in the morning time. 7 days a week I am here for all of you, my friends. Yeah, good vibes. Hit the like and subscribe button. Commentary connoisseur is here. Good to have you here for your spiritual entertainment privilege. Always good to see you. I don't know why, but you made me click. You funny mate. Yeah, I am an entertainer. I mean, if you find humor in what I do, that's good, right? To me, I'm doing my job. Spirituality and entertainment, comedy, mixed together. You don't know if I'm serious. You don't know if I'm joking around most of the time, right? But these are what you see here. This is all my culture of my ancestors. It is a way to honor them. It is a way to continue their memory in my own way. I do so. Love is the only hope we have. Yeah, I would agree, right? Think about that. You have the power to love. You have the power to transform someone's life. At some time in our evolutionary path, there was something greater than us that loved us. And we inherited this culture. We are much different than our neighbors, the Neanderthal or the Daisionians, right? All of these other hominids. What caused us to overcome the difficulties of the chaotic nature of the world? At some point, a being loved us in a way that we were able to grow beyond ourselves. And we have that love within us, and we share that love with the next generation. We share it with our animals. Your love changes the world. It is a power that continues to work when you're not around. Your love will still be speaking to the world in some way. So the question to you is, how are you loving now? What are you doing? How are you making the world a better place? That's what you need to be asking yourself, my friends. Let's see here. I got to write these down for YouTube clips that I make. Where are we at here? Tortoise and the hare. Perfect symbols, right, Kevin? All right, Kevin. Let's see here. The bard doesn't remind me of a wizard. He reminds me of an old book, one that you learn something new from every time you read it. Thank you. What a beautiful way to describe my life. That makes me feel really good inside. Thank you. I really appreciate you saying it. To see myself in that way, very profound. I really appreciate that. The guys took out the power to a whole subdivision yesterday. Oh my goodness. That's terrible, right? That's terrible when you have to experience that, right? Yeah. You like that analogy, Goblin? Yeah, me too. That's beautiful, right? Yeah, you ever have one of those books where you just keep going back to, right? You keep going. Now for quite a long time, it was the Bible for me. Now, I interpreted the Bible, of course, based, like most people, on my own experiences and trying, but you could find any book. I find sometimes, rewatching the same movies as well. Like I really enjoy Star Wars. I've learned a lot of, insight in some of the beauty in that. And, the Lord of the Rings, of course, that's a very powerful one. I enjoy watching film over and over again because it says new things. And where does that newness comes from? It comes from your experience. In order to see something new, you must be new. That's very important. And that's what I shared at the beginning here. Some of you saw my Substack yesterday. I talked about Christianity a little bit. If you want to be a subscriber to my Substack, it is free. It's in the About Me. You can find a link there. But I talked about how I had to leave Christianity in order to, I don't want to say become a Christian, but to see the message of the Christ for what it is. I had to leave the dogma. I had to leave the rules. I had to leave the people who were controlling me in order to see the message as it is. It is a message of universal value of every individual in this world, of the entire world, the entire cosmos has infinite value, and love is the response. The Christ loves you. It doesn't matter what you want to believe about it. When you are Christian, you say, he will only love you if you profess his name, right? If that, he will deny you. Yeah, if that material was around when he was still alive, if people were writing that shit about him, he would tell those people to fuck off. Because I really believe that he taught to love people no matter what they believe about it. That's how God operates. God loves you. Now, that doesn't mean that God agrees with all of your bullshit, right? But you are still loved, no matter what you have done, no matter what you do, or no matter how much you believe, no matter how much you achieve, you are still loved. And that love always is going deeper. Think about this very moment. And just a moment ago, you were loved by the divine. Now you are loved more. There's a romantic reality in the divine that is always pursuing you. You are loved in an infinite way. You were loved before you were here. You are loved while you are here. And you will be loved in the life to come. And you don't have to believe anything about it, right? You don't have, that doesn't mean you could do whatever the hell you want. That's not what I'm saying. There's certainly, when you are doing evil, you are punishing yourself, right? In the long run, you have to deal with the consequences of what you have done. But that doesn't take away from being loved. Now, I have 8 children. Some of them have made piss poor decisions in life, right? They have, but I still love them. I'm still there for them. I still want to guide them. Christianity doesn't teach that. Christianity says, if you don't love me more than your mother, father, or brother, I will not love you. If you don't profess my name, I'm going to deny you. And I really believe Jesus would tell those people to fuck off. These teachings that you find in the Bible were put there to control you. They weren't there to make you a better person, right? How do I know? Look at the history of Christianity. It is terrible. It's because they are controlling people. Jesus never wanted a church. I believe that with all of my heart. He wanted people doing shit. He didn't want you worshiping him. He didn't want you believing him. He wanted you loving. That's what he wanted you to do. He wanted you to love in a radical way that was never taught in this world. Loving your enemy, right? Loving your neighbor as yourself. The least is the greatest. That's what he taught. He didn't teach all this bullshit. All that other stuff should be optional, but it's not. They control you with it. They say, you have to accept our ideas or else, right? The Christian will only come around because they hope that you will believe. They don't come around because they love you. They come around because they hope that one day you will believe. They're not interested in you, right? That is a bullshit religion. And that's what I experienced. When I left the clergy, I was no longer accepted. All of these relationships were bullshit. These people only were interested in me as long as I shared their ideas. That's not love. You should love people whether they believe in your ideas or not. You should be doing good in the world, right? But that's not what these people are doing. They're going and believing in ideas and getting together on Sunday and doing rituals. That doesn't do shit for anyone. That's not what he taught. That's not what he taught. He taught to embrace the world. He taught a radical form of love. And that's what I certainly practice, right? All right, let me see here. Jesus loves me, thank you. All right. The Star of David, yes, that's what it is. I'm here performing. If you're interested in Judaism, I will be doing circumcisions after the program. I will be doing circumcisions if you are interested. I don't know why you think this is a Star of David. It looks nothing like the Star of David. It is a pentacle. I mean, this is really silly. Every time I have a pentacle, someone thinks I'm here. I got my brisk. This is my brisk needle. I'm going to go poke your wiener with it, right? I mean, that's kind of insulting to Jewish people too, not understanding their culture and symbolism. Oh my, we're having a good time, right? Spiritual entertainment, 7 days a week. I'm keeping up in the chat today. If I did not greet you, usually I'm sitting down going through every chat message. And if I did not greet you, my friends, I apologize. I'm trying to keep up. Every day there's thousands of comments, and it takes me forever to get through them, right? But here I'm engaging them as I see them on my screen. So if I did not greet you, I apologize. Yeah, just say hello again and I'll get to it, right? American Maker, good to see you, our good friend. My neighbor, here for spiritual entertainment. He likes making things on his channel. If you are interested, go check him out. He's really, really nice gentleman. Yeah. Gwendolyn is here, the high priestess of the orchard. Good to have you here. And Jerry Ginger, good to see you here for your spiritual entertainment. Why are the loudest people so stupid? Yeah. Why, right? And Cosmos, religious people, most are born into it, never question it more. Yeah. Thankfully, my mother, she told me she never wanted to shove that shit down my throat like her mother did to her. Sorry, Grandma, right? So I grew up with no religion. Now, I don't think that is always the best thing, right? I think you should have some formation given to people, guidance, right? But not in a way where it's oppressive, the way Christians do it, right? They're just ideas for life guidance. I think that's very important. Because all of my children, we get together regularly and meditate together and talk about God. I think that's very important. Ria, remember, if you are here, like and subscribe. Go up to the like button here. Spiritual entertainment here. I am here. Let's see here. 7 days a week. Today we have the Knight of Pentacles in the back for your spiritual entertainment privilege. The star is not a pentagram. This is a cultural symbol of my ancestors. Please, no bigotry here, right? Stop calling what I'm doing demonic. I think it's very inappropriate. Telling my cultural heritage that it is something evil, I think, is terrible, right? I can't appreciate what you're doing. No bigotry, no spam, no politics, or my moderators will kick your ass. It is a magical symbol. It is a symbol of harmony. It is a symbol of balance. It is sacred geometry, is what it is. In my ancestors, the Irish elk, the atlas spanned 4.6 meters. They were extinct. So this is what you think this is in the background here. What religion is this? Spiritual entertainment. That is the religion here that we do. Are you Welsh? Some of my ancestors were. So I got a mixed Celtic heritage. The smallest amount of my DNA is from Wales, just a small amount. But I've chosen to take the least and make it the greatest, right? Because the Welsh people they're really the ones, that have really continued, some of these ancestral traditions, like the bardic tradition, right? Everywhere else it's gone. So if you want to know what is Celtic, you really have to look to the traditions of the Welsh people, right? That are around today. I like listening to a lot of the conversations that I have a lot of. If you look in my things that I subscribe to, you can see in there some good stuff. God is number one. You are a beast. Yeah, good. I'm a beast for talking about loving one another. Yeah, good job, jackass. Paganism? No, I'm not a pagan. I don't worship any deities. I'm more of an agnostic. But Jesus Christ is an archetype for me. He is the face of the fatherly divine. So in Carl Jungian sense, that's what Carl Jung taught that we have, in our psychology, we have what are called archetypes, right? That are sometimes handed to us from society, these psychological memories that are within, that you use to see the divine, to see the world that you're in, having conversation. So in terms of Christianity, that archetype of the Christ is very important to me, even though I'm not a Christian, right? I think Christianity is terrible. Not Christian. We have good Christian friends here, right? We have even pagan Christian friends, right? There's all kinds of Christianity going on here all the time by different people. In my circumstances, would you like to see my penis? If you want to see my penis, you have to go to my OnlyFans page. And then you can see the banana, or the banana peel, right? Go to the join button down there, and you can have access to my OnlyFans page. Yeah. Calling a crusade. Oh, shit. Sick people on here, right? I'll ask again because it's really annoying. Are you circumcised? No, my wiener is a banana peel. I just said that, right? I've been waiting out on, my rabbi friend that comes on. I want it to be a special occasion when he grabs my penis and removes the foreskin. So I'm waiting for a special time in life to do that. So yeah, thanks for inquiring, right? That's the first thing I do when I go on a YouTube stream. I want to know about their penises. That's very important to me. Like, what does your penis look like? Is it circumcised, right? That these are the inquiring minds want to know, right? Dungeons and Dragons is educational, certainly. You love the backdrop, Eric? Yeah, this is the Knight of Pentacles, as you can see here. The artist, her name is Alexandria. I forgot her last name, but that's the Alexandria something or whatever tarot deck. Yeah, these are, she made all these beautiful, I think she's an Irish lady. She made all these beautiful Celtic imagery here. Let's see here. Yeah, why is he obsessed with my penis, right? Some people are, right? These Grindr refugees, they're always after it. They're always after it. Even though I say no on Grindr, they keep coming here after my wiener. Let's see. Are you aware of the power of myth and storytelling, the archetypical figures? Jesus is king of regardless. Well, maybe for you. Kedwin is just as much a queen for me. Yeah, everything you're saying about Christ comes from secondary resources. You're not having dinner with him, right? You're not walking around with him. You're using ideas that are within you, mediated by other resources, right? And that develops a face on the archetype of the Father. When Jesus said he was the face of the Father, you see me, you could easily say the Virgin Mary is the face of the Mother. I mean, it's not difficult. Oh, let's see here. Peruvian marching. You are bad Christians and are now hidden. Never heard of that. Never heard that. The pentacle really draws out the hateful Christians here. Yeah, I got to make a living, right? Pentangles do their power. Everyone is welcome here. And, I was a Christian fundamentalist, as some of you know. But I listened. I listened to my good secular humanist friends and said, why are you believing in all this bullshit, right? Some of the greatest minds in the world, right? Contradicting Christianity, like Christopher Hitchens, right? Very important figure for me to educate me, to challenge me, right? It's important that you listen to other people when they are critical of you, because you can certainly learn from them. You can certainly learn from them. Let's see here. Awesome art. You enjoy it? Yeah. I think I'm going to be keeping this around, this backgrounds of this artist. She has done a wonderful job. Correct. It's called faith. No, that's called make-believe. When you believe in something that you cannot prove, that you have ideas about something and you say it is real. That's like Superman. Superman is a wonderful character, a great symbol of, justice in the world. If I start believing he is real, that's called make-believe, right? And that's what a lot of you people do. And I know from experience, because I am a retired clergyman, that there's a lot of make-believing going on in the church. Lots of it. Lots of it. The Trinity is polytheism, three gods. So what? Who cares? We are not interested in your Islam here. You are Christianity 2.0 to me. Cast a spell to find a wife in Sarah. My wife just left for work, jackass. If you were here in the beginning, I gave her a kiss goodbye. She went off to work. Yeah. Maybe you need one. I mean, when you have a wife, you won't get as triggered as you are, right? Yeah, it's sad, some of you people. Maybe you need to find you a wife or a husband, whatever you are, right? Or maybe both. Maybe you need one of each. Like me, I have my wife's boyfriend. He really brings balance to the relationship. Let's see here. She walks in the shoes of Dr. Roxo. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Explain the bunny. Well, this is if you go to my playlist, you'll see my rabbits. This is my lady bunny. The rabbit to me is a symbol of intuition. It is a symbol of the goddess. And the rabbit to me is a being that taught me how to love animals in a new, deeper, and profound way. The rabbit taught me a connection to the animals that I did not know that was possible, because I've always had pets. But when I got a rabbit, the rabbit showed me what it means to be more than human. We enter this conversation with the natural world, whether it's animals or plants or the beauty of the cosmos. We enter into conversation and we are transformed, and the other party is transformed, whether it's your trees or your animals. This is a great mystery. It's alchemy, right? So the rabbit is the teacher to me. It is a great symbol for me. It is also a symbol of my goddess Keredwin. I'm starting to lose my voice, right? Puberty is happening, finally, right? I hope I get a beard this time. Let's see. Supreme as a character. Jesus is the most documented person in human. Well, I would say Odysseus might be. Odysseus, I think, is quite the documentation, and many, many more movies than the Christ. I mean, there's lots of. How many times can you tell the Odyssey, right? They had cartoons, lots of cartoons about the Odyssey. And so that's a question. Just because something is documented, right? For instance, Harry Potter, I think will outsell the Bible eventually, right? Or the Quran. I mean, it's the more and more people are involved in. Just because something is documented doesn't make it true. And you have to understand, everyone in that time period, they didn't write the way we do today. And you're really doing the Bible a disservice when you're looking at it as a factual document rather than a mythology, a collection of different experiences of people, of memories. When you say this is so, you get in a lot of trouble, because then God becomes a real asshole. He tells people to murder children and he wants to torment people. I mean, it's really pathetic, some of the way that you people interpret your scriptures. So you're a staunch materialist, not spiritual. What makes you say that? I've never one time said I was anything but a theist, right? In some capacity. I am not a materialist. I am more of a naturalist. The material is all there is, but the material is sacred. The problem with a lot of religions like Christianity is you don't see this as spiritual, right? You think that the inside is spiritual and you have to go to a spiritual place. The earth is not spiritual to you. This even contradicts your material, because what did the apostles say? That your body is a temple. You are a temple in a temple. You are, every cell in your body is sacred. That is the point of the resurrection, by the way. It's why you're coming back here, right? The idea of reincarnation also is because this is sacredness. This is wonderful. This mystery of life that we experience, every part, not the inner part, every part is wonderful, right? And it's unfortunate that you people, you don't see that. That's why you're raping and pillaging the earth, right? Because it's no big deal to you. The earth is not alive. All you care about is getting out of here. You're of all You're of no good here to the world, right? You're all about getting out of here. It's a terrible way to believe. It's a terrible way to believe. The Odyssey was the first Bible, indeed, certainly, yeah. And there's, from our mythology, there's real places in the mythology, just like the Bible. Right? The Bible is filled with mythology. For me, Jesus Christ was certainly a historical person, but what we have written about him, I think a lot of it is mythology. And it's not real, but it leads you to a real place, a real experience. And you could be just as divine without all the miracles, because we are divine. I am God, you are God, and so is Jesus, as the great William Blake told us, right? Play Fable the Lost Chapters soundtrack. No, I'm in a Bolivian NPC, so that's where we are. You look like Mike. You look like Mike Hunt. Yes, I do. Why are you looking down there at yourself? Do you look at it in the mirror? Yeah. Jesus Jones, you suppose it would make more sense to believe that a bunny gave you magical powers? Yeah, just like you would believe in a resurrection or angels coming to talk to you. Yeah, yeah. The magic in Druidry is not like you'd find in Harry Potter. The magic of Druidry is the energies that are here, that you certainly work with, right? Turn up the volume to 99? No, it's fine. With your luck, you will probably come back as a zebra. Yeah, I don't believe that. Some people believe that reincarnation has no direction in terms of species. I believe in the evolution of consciousness, therefore becoming an inferior being in terms of consciousness, I think is not my thing. We go on to be greater realities, so a greater body is needed, a resurrected body. Do I sell skooma on the side? Only red skooma, though. The other types of skooma, there's too much mixture of other non-natural ingredients. So yeah, I do. Down every morning, I go to the bus stop with my children, and I make sure all the children get a little bit of skooma for the day. Right. Take a shower. Well, if you want to see my shower streams, you have to go to my OnlyFans page. I know that you're here for that. You want to see my penis. But I can't do that on YouTube because they don't allow nudity. So you might want to go over to my OnlyFans page to see my shower streams. Yeah, we're in Hogwarts. We could be. Has anyone played that game? Now, I have that on my Xbox. I've never played it. That Hogwarts, is it any good? Is it worth investing in? Pay not mind to the asleep people, or you are a good man. Thank you, Joan. Joanna, I can't see you. Joanne, thank you. I appreciate you very much. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. Where are we at? If people in the comments would come in and pay attention for 60 seconds, you would be asking these weird, redundant questions. Yeah, it's part of the fun, right? I don't mind weird questions. I make humor out of it, obviously, right? Just for all the perversion that people have on you. Just because, many of you are perverts and you make inappropriate comments. That's why I have an OnlyFans page. Because you always want to see my dingling, I know not everyone has 3 testicles. I know that's a big fascination for many people. But it's on there. A prostate exam, good to see you. Is this a pagan ritual? Oh, it can be if you want it to be. I am not a pagan, sir. Pagans are my friends, but I am no pagan. Yeah, send me some psychic medicine, right? Somebody got carried away with World of Warcraft. Yeah, that was me. I still have my adult diaper on that I've wore when I began buying the World of Warcraft. I just wash it, right? Good memories, yeah. I'm an unholy man. And what are you? My judge and jury? Are you my God? Who the hell do you think you are, right, to tell me I'm an unholy man? I think holiness is bullshit to me. The idea of I'm separated from a divinity, that I need to get cleaned up. Yeah, screw your divinity if it separates itself from me. I think that is epic bullshit. You and your wife enjoy Hogwarts Legacy. It was a lot of fun. Is that a multiplayer game? Do you know? Yeah, it looked interesting. Same tired ass jokes. Yeah, bunch of jackasses, right? Have you read any good books lately? No, I have not. I'm in the middle of what I have in terms of reading right now is my Druidic studies from the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids. That's what I've been giving a lot of attention to. Before that, I was reading a book by Christopher Hughes called Celadwin about my ancestral goddess of my people and their legends and the bardic tradition. That's what I was reading previously, but I'm like in the middle, and so I'm taking my slow time, right? Imagine wearing a hollowed out deer head or riding a horse. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, like the guy behind me. Oh, let's see here. Been funny if South Park didn't tell that joke 15 years ago. I don't know. I never watched South Park, so if I didn't uh, appreciate that, let me know. What is my channel about? Spiritual entertainment. I mix comedy and spirituality together. Sometimes more than one or the other, right? Sometimes it's all comedy. Like yesterday, we had a good time, right? Sometimes it's more about spirituality. Like when I'm out in my grove, I'm really in a meditative state. So we do a lot of meditation out there. Let's see here. I'll be here for another, what? Wow, 45 minutes. Look at that. The time is flying here for your entertainment privilege, right? My background change, you like it a lot, Ryan. Glad to have you here, right? Ryan, you live in South Florida, right? Manu, Jesus is your Lord. Celadwin is my queen. Celadwin. Receive Celadwin into your hearts, my friends. Come to the cauldron of the hour. You don't know anything, secret societies? No, I don't belong in a secret society. So I don't know all of your strange, bizarre mating rituals or anything that you're into. Can you shout out my friend Abi? She loves your live streams. Well, good to have you here. Thank you for watching. Right? Appreciate you. Yeah. Your jokes are not now, nor have ever been funny. I don't tell jokes, jackass. I've never. I am not a joke teller. So you're just being. You're not funny. You're being a dick. Your name is Jesus Jones. I mean, how inappropriate. Why do you like being a dick? I mean, that's what you really need to ask yourself. Let's see here. Let's see. No spamming. Yeah, we're not into that. Marcus, good to have you here, our good friend. Hope you are doing well. Pet Kedamal Pokemon, the pit is your future. What a good person you are. That's exactly what Jesus would say, right? Yeah, he would say that too. He said, what did he say? He who is not against me is for me, right? That's what he told the apostles. Well, what are you doing? You're doing the exact opposite because you're an asshole. When your God is an asshole, so will you be. That is a metaphysical principle, right? Hail to thee. All right, we're going King John. We're going to go King James language, Donna. Thus saith the bard, I am here to bring thee into thy entertainment. Yeah. Do I believe in Jesus Christ? No. I don't believe in anything. I don't make believe. I certainly believe in the divine, right? I believe because I experience it. Now I experience Christ's teaching. Who and what he was, I don't know. He is definitely an archetype. He is in my psychology, right? He is definitely a face of the divine. But in terms of what is written in the Bible, I think the Bible is bullshit, a lot of it. So, but I certainly live the reality. Christ is risen for Fiona. Indeed, he is risen, right? What are you watching? I don't know. What are you watching, right? Am I a red wall? What is that? I don't know. I don't know what that means. This is a cult. Yes, it is. Come in, join our cult, drink our Kool-Aid to get you high. Do I believe in nothing? No, I don't make believe. See, that's important that you make a distinction. Most of you want to believe in an idea that you're not experiencing within yourself or living or touching. That's called make-believe. I don't do make-believe, right? Do I believe in ideas? Certainly, like every person. I believe George Washington was the first president of the United States. Can I prove that he was? There's plenty of evidence that he was, right? That I don't need to question, right? When it comes to your religious ideology, they're certainly worth questioning because the history is terrible. Celadwin is Queen of Queens and Lord of the Cauldron, the beginning and the end of the hour. Yes, I agree, brother. I agree. It's a live stream. I'm not going to stop talking yet. What happens if you want me to start meditating like the guy in the toilet? Yeah. Spamming is crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Part of this wonderful experience here. All these wonderful people. While you're coming in, you see this up here at the top, the like button. That's very important for me. It's right at the top of your screen. Because I do this for a living. And I love having these conversations with you every day that I'm here, right? You got to go to work one day. All right, have good. Tell hello to all the wonderful school children. What is my quest? My quest is to love and to be loved. There's nothing greater than that. That should be everyone's quest. To love and to be loved. There is no greater quest than that. We found our way to the goddess. Yeah, indeed. Witchcraft is evil. I don't practice witchcraft. And there's more evil Christians and Muslims in this world than there are evil witches. Just because you'll practice magic doesn't make you evil. And I certainly don't. Witches are my neighbors. I'm just a practicer of Druidry. Oh, man. You don't want to go to hell? Well, who told you there's a hell? Right? Tell them to prove it. Prove to me that God is pissed off. You can't. That he wants to torture you. They make all of this shit up. There is no hell. There's no God who's an asshole, who's watching every damn thing you do. They make all of this shit up and they say it is true and you people eat it all up. It's all a lie. Have a fabulous day. Thank you, Louis. Peace be with you as well. Let's see. Where do you think you go when you die? Well, the science tells us that my energy is distributed into the cosmos. That's where I go after I die, right? But in my opinion, that energy is living, right? I certainly believe that there is more to life after we die, obviously. But the idea of a heaven and a hell, I think, is bullshit that controls people. It's a manipulation. That's why I'm not a Christian, right? I certainly appreciate Christ, but this church teaches all of this stuff to enslave people. And I did it for years, right, as a clergyman, telling people that if they don't go to church, they will go to hell, and so on and so forth. I mean, that's control. That you should want to go to church, right? You enjoy doing it. But many people that go to the church, Jesus is their prostitute. They're only going to get something from him. They're not interested in just going, right? They're getting something, right? It's a scam. Oh, let's see here. You want some cheese sticks, Fiona? Oh, sounds good. Oh, I am wrong. Well, prove it. Prove you're right. You can't, right? We have an opinion. You left the church too, Rose? Yeah. Yeah. I know it sounds like a contradiction as I share, but I had to leave Christianity in order to understand what Christ was teaching. And all of that shit was getting in the way. It was controlling me. But now I understand. Now I see. I understand what it means to love other people. You love them. Doesn't matter what they believe in, right? You love them. You love your enemy. You love your neighbor. Because this is the way God loves you. God is not interested in how much you believe about it. He just enjoys doing it. That is the simple truth. God enjoys loving you, whether you believe it or not, right? If you are a father or a mother, you love your children because you enjoy doing it, right? You enjoy doing it, or at least in the beginning, right? When they get older, they get annoying. So some of them, right? But you still love them, right? You still love them. After 30 years, it was hateful. Now I follow Christ's message too. Yeah. What is that behind me? That is the Knight of Pentacles tarot card, right? Does anyone know what that means? Because I don't. I like the tarot art, but I read runes. I don't do tarot, but I appreciate the art. Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, you're welcome. Is that a pentagram? No, my ancestors call it a pentangle. It is a pentangle. I am wrong. Prove it. Prove that I am wrong, sir. Can you? Jesus died so you could live. I don't. I'm alive. Did he really have to die so I could live? I think Jesus died because he was a human being. His message is just as powerful, whether he is a god or not a god, right? I think that's important to realize. Why can't you just follow his teaching without trying to get something out of it? You know, you people, do you think you're going to scam him at the end of time? I didn't really give a shit. I just believed in his ideas to get something from you, right? Do you think you're going to scam your deity at the end of time, right? This is satanic. Prove it. Prove it. Prove that I'm doing anything diabolical. If I have a devil, go ahead, cast it out. Right? It's not a pentagram. It's called a pentacle, Charlie. Pentagrams are traditionally the other side, and they represent a darker form of energy. Right? Am I a druid? I practice druidry. I'm a member of the Order of Bards, Ovites, Druids. I'm a bard. That is the lifestyle I live. Give up the devil. Where's the devil? I don't see any devils here. You're the only one bringing a devil here. I don't have any devils. Devils everywhere. Every time you people come on, there's no devils here, unless you're bringing it with you. The poor Jesus. I know, Fiona. He's like, what the hell is going on? The devil is blinding you. Well, give me the light, Charlie. You know, I was a Christian for 30 years. I was a clergyman. I was a missionary. Right? And you people think that I have the devil now. You have no evidence for that. I'm living a much better lifestyle, and I feel whole. I feel I have greater purpose, right? You know, I had to leave the church in order to find the Christ. Pentagrams up, yeah. Teach you about Druidism, please, so you can understand. Druidism, modern Druidry, is a way to experience earth-based spirituality. It's not a religious. You could be Christian, you can be Muslim, Jew, pagan. It's mostly pagans that are into Druidry. But you know, I know a lot of Christian pagans as well, and Christian Druids. But it is a way to experience earth-based spirituality, and it's very much needed in our time, because most of Western culture has this understanding of the world where it has no purpose. It is just a backdrop. Well, Druidry teaches you to engage the world where you draw nourishment from it. You draw being and purpose. You live in harmony with it rather than trying to get something from it, right? As we do with all of our resources. We just use it. But Druidry teaches you to enter into it, to experience it. Everything, even a grain of sand, speaks, has a voice, right? Everything is connected. We are one web of life. So that's what Druidry teaches. And if you're interested in it, you know, I've been practicing Druidry since July of last year, I think, when I entered the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids. It's a wonderful organization that teaches earth-based spirituality. You call yourself Gnostic, Pagan, Quaker, and a Taoist at the same time. Look at you. You're quite a diverse person, right? Quite a diverse person. What is behind me? That is the Knight of Pentacles tarot card. That's what it is, right? Hope you get professional help there. Yeah, there are people that struggle with mental illness, and disabilities. And what are you doing? You're being a dick about it, right? You're using it as a way to insult people. You're an asshole. Yeah, shame on you. There's people suffering and you're making light of it, right? Jesus died so I could live the fullness of life. Well, what does that look like? Are you living the fullness of life? What would in your life would interest me in your religion? Or is it just words on paper? Now, you copy and paste Christians are really ridiculous, right? I made a YouTube short earlier today about you called Copy and Paste. You go around, annoy the hell out of people on their YouTube channels with your scriptures and your little quotations, right? And none of that does shit for anyone. You're like the guy in the corner, honk if you love Jesus. Well, now what the hell does that do for the world? Not a goddamn thing, right? If you're really serious about Christianity, then you need to be loving people, not quoting things to them. You need to be loving them. You need to be doing that in the world. Where I live, there's churches on every damn corner, right? Then why is there so much depravity? Because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? I am a champion, as some of you know, for the Salvation Army. That's a church. If you did not know that, that's a religious organization. But what do you see? You see people who give. What do I see when I see your church? People go in there and want to judge everyone and play make-believe, like they're actually doing something in the world. Believing in things doesn't do shit for anyone, right? You have to be, if you are following the Christ, then you need to be a person of action, not a person who believes in ideas. Yeah, stop your bullshit. You're not taking godly advice from a heathen like you. Yeah, I'm not taking your judgment from a false Christian as yourself, right? Jesus said, "He who is not against me is for me." And what do you people do? Just because I'm not doing it your way, you come on here and want to judge me. Well, you people can fuck off, right? I'm not interested in the way that you want to do religion. If you believe in Jesus, he gave everyone life. Yeah. I don't believe in salvation. I don't believe in sin. I believe in embrace. And that's what Christ teaches me, to receive the embrace and to give the embrace. Not believe in ideas and be saved from a God who's pissed off or a devil who is punishing the world with death. You know, gods that let devils run loose on the world to do their dirty deeds can all screw themselves. I'm not interested in that. Do I read the Bible? Yes, I've read, the Bible for 30 years. I read the Bible. I studied it at the highest levels. I'm a retired clergyman. So, yes, I certainly did read the Bible. You seem chilled. I got your back, bro. Thank you, Rocky. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you're interested, go up and touch the like button at the top there. Like and subscribe. I do this every day. We also have a wonderful Discord community. If you're interested in joining, there's a join button. For the price of a cup of coffee, you could support what I do. I'm here every day. I'm going to be here for the next 25 years. I've been doing this for a year, and we have wonderful, every day we meet together to have these wonderful conversations. There's always content, mostly from Druidry, because that's what I live. So there's a lot of, but the live streams are mostly humor and spirituality mixed together. That's what you find here. I am wrong, prove it. If I am wrong, see, you're slandering me. Isn't that one of the commandments? Thou shalt not bear false witness. Now you are making claims here, sir, and you're not backing them up. You are slandering me. That is against your rules, not mine. Yeah. My rules just tell when people are slandering me to do this. Your rules tell you not to do that, right? That is a sin for you. You are a Christian, good for you. Yeah, I don't care if you're a Christian as long as you're not being a dick. I am not a Christian. I used to be. Let's see. You don't find comedy here. You find people watching and talking shit to you. Well, you don't have to be here. Why come on here and whine and cry like a little baby? Do you need your diaper changed? Oh, someone get this person a diaper delivery service. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You're interested in learning more. If you want to know more about Druidry, go check out my videos in the video section. Lots of videos about the modern practice of Druidry. And also, I release YouTube shorts every morning, wisdom sayings, so on and so forth, clips from previous programs. Let's see here. Several old churches in England have pentacles. Yeah, it's not a demonic symbol. Yeah. What made you leave Jesus? I never left Jesus. I left your version of him, your bullshit version of him. Am I a supporter of the new pope? I don't give a shit about Catholicism. I think it is one of the worst. That's why I left it. I was a clergyman in the Catholic Church. I think it is the most controlling institution in the world. I don't know why people want to be controlled, and they're all of their famous prayers, like the Rosary or the Divine Mercy Chaplet. What does it do? It makes you feel that God is pissed off and you deserve to be punished. I mean, these are terrible, terrible prayers. Let's see here. You don't like the new pope? Yeah, well, popes are politicians, right? All they do is going around the world, and they're a face of, whatever the political bullshit they're all about, right? Yeah. Jesus left us. I don't think so. I don't think God ever leaves you, ever. No matter what you've done or what you will do, you are loved. You can't. The idea that Christians tell you about God is separated from you. I mean, that is the biggest bullshit scam in human history. You have never been separated from the divine, ever. You have never been separated, right? Yeah. And I think that's important to educate you. Right, Trampus Bromaster, our good friend here. He's a Celtic art piece here. He's got tattoos all over his body. And he has a wonderful channel from his farm with lots of goats and things. It's really, if you want to check him out. Do I believe in God? No, I experience God. I don't need to believe. There's no make-believe here. I live the experience. Just a terrible artist or what? Well, not everyone's art is for you, is it? I appreciate this art style that is behind me. I appreciate it. Why are you copying and paste? Do you believe in God? Do you think Jesus would do that? Annoy the shit out of people with copying and pasting? I mean, this is really ridiculous. You need to grow up. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? Very childish on your part to do something like that. The children are not welcome here. If you are under the age of 18, please leave. Please leave. We talk about my OnlyFans page and everything. You're not welcome here. Right? Can't be here. Yeah. Let's see here. Tron is here. Good to have you here, Tron. Yeah, I'm keeping up with the comments today because I'm standing. I don't have access to my computer. Usually I stop, take forever to go through the comments. Now I'm just engaging them as they are, as we stand here and have this wonderful conversation with everyone here. Clinging on to your 5 regulars who believe. Did you not see my I have like 33,000 subscribers, jackass? Go look at his page, everybody. Jesus Jones there. A very popular person on YouTube, right? What an asshole. Try not being an asshole. Maybe you'll get some more subscribers to your channel, right? I'm talking about the Son of the Most High. You are the Son of the Most High. I am the Son of the Most High. We are all children. You are never not a child. That is a bullshit lie that they will tell you, that you have to become born again to be a child. No, you can be enlightened as a child, but you are never not a child. I mean, this is such an evil and terrible teaching, right? The hive mind is desperate. Yes, they are coming here, right? Do I pray? All the time, right? Well, all the time. Yeah. It's different than repeating the same jokes every day. Well, you don't have to be here, asshole. Why do you repeat being an asshole every day? I mean, what benefit do you have from that? What is there to gain by being a dick, right? No one likes you. That's what happens, right? You don't have to be that way. Grow up, right? Stop pushing my garbage. You don't have to be here either if you don't like what I'm saying. I mean, grow up. Oh my goodness. What is supposed to be the riding on the deer here? Well, this is the the Knight of Pentacles. It's a tarot card. And this is all like Celtic symbolism of my ancestors. So that's why I have it there in the background. Let's see. Am I supposed to take you seriously dressed like that? Well, if you're a bigot, no, right? These are my cultural symbols. This is the bardic cloak that represents my ancestors in Wales, my triskelion, traditional Celtic symbol. All of these, this is Celtic heritage. And so if you're a bigot, you probably couldn't appreciate that, right? Because your culture is much superior, right? Your cultural heritage, right? These are things that my ancestors, they all experienced these things, and they're celebrated today in modern Wales, right? I like what you're saying. I'm going to explore more of your videos. Thank you. I appreciate you doing that. After death, there is roads to heaven and hell. Repent and believe. Prove it. If you see none of the stuff you can prove, you are making up shit. You cannot prove that. You are assuming that there is, right? Father, do you still get high? Every day. Yeah. But for medical purposes, because of my arthritis. See, my back's hurting right now. I did medicate before the program here. Kyrie liaison for you. Be careful what you wish for. Hell is hot. Well, I have asbestos underwear on. I'm all ready for the flames. So thank you. Thank you for your warning. You're such a good Christian, getting me ready for hellfire. That's exactly what Jesus would want you to do, right? You're getting me ready for the hellfire. Good. You wish God would come tomorrow? Well, why wait around? Why can't he be here today for you, right? I think it's terrible that you're waiting around and not encountering. Now, if your religion is not teaching you to experience God here, and you're wasting your damn time, everything of the divine is right here in this moment. If you're willing to seek it out, to open your heart to it, why are you waiting? Why play make-believe until you die? I mean, that's a waste of a religion to me. You are a cartoon. Well, as long as I'm entertaining you, that's all that matters, right? Your philosophy makes no sense. What about my philosophy doesn't make sense to you? Or are you just being a dick? Please explain to me where I have not articulated things clearly to you. You're just resisting it because it's making you uncomfortable. When something makes you uncomfortable, you do this. You create these ideas that try to contradict it. But you can't prove that. You're making that all up, right? Storm Smith, good to see you. American Muscle. If hell doesn't exist, then why would you even say the word hell? Well, Santa Claus. Does he exist? I said the word Santa Claus. Whoa. I'm not getting any gifts this year? Oh, man. I'm playing make-believe. Prove it. Prove that I am. You can't, right? You're just being a dick. What's happening? I don't know. Paul, I don't know. What's your name? Prafalodu. I don't know what's going on here. Spiritual entertainment at some point, right? That's what I'm doing here for your entertainment privilege. And we'll be here for another 20 minutes. I am an Oblivion NPC. Yeah. I am the sweet roll salesman. I put a little skooma on mine to get you going in the morning. Is this about Christianity? Not really. I am an entertainer. I mean, we certainly talk about all religions here. You are welcome to do so, as long as you're not being a dick. Skyron belongs to the Nords. I agree. We need to get those pointy-eared sons of bitches out of here, those Thalmor, trying to take Talos from us. Not tolerating it anymore. We need to make a stand. Talos! Come to Talos. He will always be one of the divines. Yes, we love the game, right? NPC behavior. Yeah. I was a real person until I took an arrow to a knee, and now I am an NPC. I'm robbing all the joy they get when they shut them down for their hatred. Yeah. Victory or Savangat. Yes. Fiona just ate a cucumber. Are you a rabbit today, Fiona? We need more videos from Fiona, from the kingdom of Kerry. Kerry, yeah. You were born a Hindu, but I don't know anymore. Yeah, Hinduism is a beautiful religion, right? What really matters in Hinduism is, finding that moksha. That's very important. How you get there, what gods, mythologies you use, doesn't really matter, right? I think that's an important philosophy. Very important philosophy. Yeah, there is no hell. It's Gehenna in your heavenly edited book. Yeah. There's different versions of hell in the Bible, right? It's the very last description that they love. They're using a Gnostic text filled with all kinds of symbolism. And it's like, this is how it really is. People are tormented in a lake of fire forever. It's all bullshit. Your philosophy makes no sense to me. Well, what philosophy are you asking about? First of all, you made a claim about my philosophy. So please instruct me what you heard so I can make it clear for you. See, really, you're just being a dick, and you said that. And now you're wanting me to explain something so you can respond to it. I don't play your games. I don't play those. Homie, don't play that. Homie the clown, don't mess around. And you get in Homie's face and he will kick your ass. Have I been to the Cloud District often? Every now and then. I mix potions, right? Can you brew me an ale? Yeah, that's great. Oh, that's classic, right? You mix potions. Can you brew me an ale? What about my beliefs? I don't believe in anything, right? I don't know what you're asking. What belief did I say that is confusing you? You didn't make that clear. You're asking me to clarify what? You made a claim. You said about me, right? You see, they don't make any sense. Please tell me what you heard. You are being a dick, and now you're trying to make up for it. That's what you're doing. You're not a truth seeker. You're only imposing your form of truth. You're trying to have a conversation where you want to win. And I don't play your little childish games here. I don't do that. Yeah, I haven't philosophized anything, really. Yeah. See, we know your games. There are multiple philosophies. Understand Hinduism? Yeah. Hinduism is a beautiful. Yeah. As many of you know, much of my audience is Hindu. For whatever reason. I don't know why. But lots of people in India every day come on here, right? Everything you said about the Bible is wrong. What did I say about the Bible? That it's bullshit? Is that what you're having a problem with? I'm talking facts. No, you're not. You're talking in an agenda. You've never been educated in the Bible where you look at it as a piece of historical work that's been put together by various resources with certain intentions. You see the Bible as guided divinely to you from some deity in the sky who gives you the basic instructions before leaving the earth. That is just a bullshit understanding of the historical reality of the Bible. You probably don't know when the Old Testament was really a canon for the Christian church, do you? You probably don't know that 10 centuries after Christ, the Old Testament was edited by a certain group of Jewish people. And that's what we have inherited today. That the Bible, in Christ's time, there was no such thing. There were many different Jewish communities with many different books. But you won't acknowledge that, right? Because you have your little agenda. Are you how wise? I don't know. Hello, young bard. Can you sing me an ode? I am not a singer, sir. My bardic gift is the tales I tell you here. The voice that I possess. That is my gift. I am not a singer. Are there druids in Southern California? There's druids all over the world, right? Where I live in Florida, there's like 4 different druidic communities. You know, if you become a member of the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids, they have what is called a group finder, where you can find druids in your community that you can go and hang out with and have a good time and dance naked in the woods. A lot of goddess veneration, indeed, yeah. Let's compare notes. No, because you're not interested in having a conversation. You are here to present your ideas alone. You're not interested in what I have to say. You people are all the same, right? Let's see. How can you prove that it was the Catholic Church? History. The Catholic Church is what gave us the New Testament canon in the 4th century and the Old Testament canon in the 12th century. They chose books based on their agenda, which matched with it. That's how they chose. And they said, oh, God guided us, right? Just like when the Pope says, I'm infallible because I said I was. Right? That's why he's infallible. People, infallibility dogma, right? I'm infallible because I'm infallible. See, editing way more than that, yeah. There's a whole history of editing. The whole history, like you read in the New Testament about the scribe, for instance. These were real people in these various Jewish communities. And the scribe's role was the editor, to erase and to add from the context of the community at that time. There is no pure record of the biblical narratives. These were all being edited, and they continue to do so. One of the modern examples of this is Deuteronomy 32:8-9, where if you read in the Septuagint, it talks about the sons of God, every nation getting a God. Well, this contradicted the agenda of the Jews that came after Christ. They didn't like the idea that there were sons of God, because that gave the Christians ammo. So what did they do? They changed the words to sons of noblemen or sons of Jacob. And it's all historically documented in their writings. They had an agenda to get out that stuff. Like the Masoretic text, the so-called Hebrew scriptures, that's an agenda against Christians. And most Protestant Christians, you love that Bible. And you don't understand that that was a Bible created to contradict you. You want a better text, you have to go back to the Septuagint. Let's see, where are we at here? May the Lord Jesus Christ heal you one day. Why can't he heal me now? Why can't he heal me now? What type of healing do I need? Yeah, if he wants to heal me now, he can. I'm not against it. Any deity wants to do any healing here, go ahead. Yeah. What is Jacob? It's one of the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They are the patriarchs of Judaism. So the Bible is wrong, but your opinion is correct. See, now he's going to start going into this idea of relativism. There really is your opinion. You want to be correct, so you're trying to contradict my opinion. Yes, I have an opinion about the Bible, and so do you. And I think my opinion is correct. Yes, I do. Right? And so do you, right? See, I love how these apologists play these little games with you, like little mind games to put you in a corner to get you to respond. I don't play your games. You're a child. Apologetics to me is a child's game. Let's see. You are correct, yes. Your penis is much larger than mine. Yeah, you are correct. Mindcrawler, good to see you. You asked about how things are going, but he missed my comment. A busy room tonight. Yeah. Thank you, Mindcrawler. Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you. Yeah, we do have a lot, and I'll be here for another 7 minutes with you. And then I will return to you tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow about 9 a.m. I will be on about 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll probably be sitting down because my back hurts, right? Standing up for 2 hours here. Who's the guy riding the horse? This is the Knight of Pentacles tarot card. That's what you see here in the background, my friend. Thank you, JJ. Appreciate you. You're not apologizing. You don't have to. Keep playing your child's game. I don't care. I'm not interested in having a conversation with a person where the conversation is one way. There's no mutual discussion. You're half nuts. Yeah, that happens, right? Indoctrinated. Yeah, pretty much. Right. I am the enslaved one. Prove it. Prove that I am enslaved. I'm not promoting my ideology here. You are. I'm entertaining people. You are trying to force your ideas on me. What does that tell me about you? You're enslaved to them. They force you to go on YouTube channels and copy and paste your argumentation, right? You have no peace inside until you try to convince other people of your ideas. And then when that happens, you realize that you really are not content. You need to do it more and more. You need to read more, study more. You're never really happy on the inside because you are living in an illusion. Let's see here. Yeah, my moderators will kick you out if you're spamming. You're going to watch your cannabis video? I didn't make a cannabis video. I made one about magic mushrooms. We are not friends, so don't call me friends. Was I talking to you? I'm sorry. Asshole. You want me to call you asshole? Have I ever thought you were going insane? All the time. All the time, right? You always have to question yourself. Right? What's going on in here? What's going on in here? Let's see. They have theology. Yeah, I've studied theology. I'm a retired clergyman, so I've been around the block. So when these people come on and play their little games, I'm very much aware of it. Alan Watts once said, one has to go insane to become sane. Yeah, that's true. Right? Then you really appreciate your state of being, right? Do I date men on Tuesdays and Thursdays? Right? So yesterday, yes. I'm taking a break today. Yeah. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I am gay. Wednesdays, I'm more bisexual. You know, I work out my diversity throughout the calendar. Yeah. Yeah. Magic mushrooms. Yes, I did the psychedelic something or whatever about my use of mushrooms and how it helped benefit me, and how it in modern medicine it's very helpful for treating people with PTSD and people with untreatable depression. The cybacillin mushroom has been very healing. Oh, I like this guy so much. I'm going to love watching his videos. Thank you. Yeah, and I do this every day. My live stream every day. I've been doing it for about a year. Yeah, we always have a good time. Do you even got a wife? Yeah, I've been married for 26 years. I have 8 children and 3 grandchildren. So yeah, you have much better things to do. Then why are you here whining? You can't get your way here, so you're going to go out like that. I have much better things to do. Oh, poor baby. Didn't get what you wanted here with your little Christian apologetics, did you? Oh, so sad. Now go find some other heathens channels, what you're doing, so you can whine, feel good about yourself. Oh, I put some ideas on the internet today. I made a difference for Jesus. You know you don't do shit for Jesus when you come on and argue about him. You want to do something for Jesus, go out and love your neighbor, mow your neighbor's lawn or something. That will do something for Jesus than coming on here and bitching about your religion. Let's see here. You are free to go. There, tell him. I love the color green behind you. It feels peaceful. Yes, it's a beautiful image, right? I don't know the artist's name, but she made a beautiful tarot deck with all this wonderful Celtic imagery that I really appreciate. Hail Hecate, you are a devotee of Hecate. Ceridwen for me. Ceridwen for me. They are sisters, right? Ceridwen and Hecate, they are sisters. Oh man, let's see here. Jesus is an Grigor. Yep. It's sad, right? I think Jesus is upset. I have no problem with Jesus, but I think that all of these people, you do not know him. There's no way you could know him and be the way you are, right? Having ideas about the Christ is not experience of the Christ. You want to experience Christ, you have to be a person of activity rather than belief. Beliefs don't do shit for the world. They just make you look stupid when you keep repeating them and copying and pasting, right? Can I explain what this is? Spiritual entertainment is what it is, my friend. Nothing more, nothing less. 7 days a week I am with you for your entertainment privilege, right? There's actually a job for this. Yeah, I make a living doing this. Yeah, I do this every day. We have good success here. We're at 33 or 34,000. I don't know. Subscribers. So become a subscriber. Enter in the conversation. I talk to people here every day. We have a good time. Whatever you want to talk about, really. I mean, I don't want to talk about Christianity all the time. I think it's quite a boring subject. I want to talk about other religions. You people, you are dominating the narrative all the time with your fundamentalism. St. Patrick was a liar. St. Patrick was a tool of propaganda, is what he was, yeah. You see, because you are praying, you are rich and healthy. Good for you. I'm glad that's working out for you. If you also give me some money, rich man. If they knew Christ, they wouldn't be on here whining for others and find him. Yeah, there's no light in them at all. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you have to be a person that's fucking true. Yeah, yeah. A lot of these people, the way they talk about Jesus, Jesus would tell them to fuck off when they say you have to accept our ideas or else. Jesus never would do that. This idea of you love people regardless of their ideas. You do things for them regardless of their idea. You hope that they will share your idea, but the idea is loving. It's not about believing anything. That's, to me, is Christianity. Not all this other bullshit. Just believe these ideas. Let's dance around and sing about the ideas we believe in. That doesn't do shit for the world. It doesn't. Pagans were the snakes? I don't know. He was propaganda for the Roman Church. I mean, they were trying to control the populace with their religion, right? St. Patrick did a good job of controlling people. This is your hobby and audio setup. Wonderful. It is just religion or mythology the same thing? Well, mythology is not a collection of fables from our ancestors. You have to understand, when you are reading mythology, you're reading material that took people on journeys, like the Odyssey. The Odyssey is not just a fiction you read. It was a bard would play a harp or something in the background. You'd be sitting around a campfire or something, and you'd be hearing these stories, and you'd be going on a journey. People have forgotten that when it comes to the literature, like the Bible. These are myths. They are not meant to be literal historical depictions. You are supposed to be taking a journey when you're reading the Gospel of John, for instance, right? Yeah, these aren't all literal things that are happening. DNC, what do I believe in? Spiritual entertainment. That is it. A daily dose of wisdom. The wisdom of windows of Islam. No, thank you. I'm not interested in Christianity 2.0. There's a reason why I left these religions, right? Thank you for the happy poop. Oh, boy, right. The Library of the Untold, Stuffed Pyramids, Graham Hancock. Yeah, he's wonderful. I love Graham. There's no afterlife. No, there's only this life. The afterlife is a big scam to get you to follow someone's ideas so they can control your life. This is the only life. Now, when you die, certainly there's going to be something going on, right? You don't cease to be. You are immortal. You are energy. The universe is always here. And you are made out of energy. You are going to continue after you die in some form or fashion. That's the mystery that I adhere to. Right? What did you scroll on to? Nope, none of that bullshit is here. All right, my friends. I really appreciate you. I'm here 7 days a week. If you are interested in becoming a subscriber, up at the top there's a like button, and you could become a subscriber. You can also join our Discord community. You could support what I do. I mix comedy and spirituality together here every day. My mostly themes are Druidic because I practice Druidry. I talk about whatever you want to talk about. There's a join button. Think about becoming a community member. Buy me a cup of coffee because I do this for a living. And I plan on being here every day. I've been here for about a year. 7 days a week. I come on every morning. There's always content. Every morning there's YouTube Shorts. Every morning there is something there for you. And once a week, once or twice a month, I release longer videos in the video section. I have wonderful playlists. I have one called Druidic Poetry. This is poetry that I've written from my grove. I have my bunny and tortoise cam. Those are people enjoy watching my animals. So think about becoming a community member by going to the join button and buying me a cup of coffee. Help out the bar, right? Weren't the Druids wiped out? Yeah, they were. The historical Druids. But Druidry continues. It is not a one-time event. It is a spiritual tradition. You can't wipe out a spirituality. You can't wipe out an archetype, a cultural memory. Odin's horse? No, that's not Odin. I don't know what that is. It's somebody's artwork. Anything now but imitating? Well, imitating what? See, you have a bullshit presentation. What were Druids? We don't know. There's only 2 or 3 things that are written about them. It was a part of a culture. The culture continues. The cultural memory continues in various forms. So you're just being a dick, not knowing what you're talking about. The higher creator God force all creation in Druidic beliefs. Yeah, well, the thing with modern Druidry is just earth-based spirituality. You can believe whatever the hell you want about deity. I mean, there's Buddhist Druids, there's even Muslim, Christian, pagan, all kinds of Druids. For me, I don't worship anything. Let's see here. Never met another non-believer before. Well, I don't practice make-believe. I try to experience the divine. If you're make-believing, it's no fun. Believe in these ideas, and one day you'll get a reward. It's a scam. Natalie is here. Our Reiki master is here with us this morning. We are looking forward. One day, Natalie will be doing a live stream of her own, and we are all looking forward to that day. Glad to have you here, our friend Natalie, for your spiritual entertainment. Natalie, what does the Knight of Pentacles mean? Natalie knows tarot. I do not. This is the Knight of Pentacles. What does that mean, Natalie? What is it? What is the significance of it? The artwork? Yeah, the artwork represents the Knight of Pentacles. It is a tarot card. You're a Druid Wiccan. Look at you, Adam. Yeah. You can be anything you want as a Druid. You can be Wiccan. You can be Christian. It doesn't matter. It's an earth-based spirituality. That's all it is. And if you're interested in learning about it, the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids is a wonderful place you can do that. You just Google them up, Obid, as we call it. So you are in admission. You do believe in a creator? Oh, certainly. I have a mother and a father, don't you? Oh, let's see here. Acknowledging of the universe. The universe has no beginning or end. That's what we know from science. What a creator to me is someone who is always making shit. There's never a time when they stop. It is an ongoing reality. Am I bald? No, see, there's a hair. There's some hairs there. There's some hairs there. The creator is the Demerge. Oh my. Have psychedelics helped in reconstructing the Druidic religion? Deeper connection? For some people, I am not a regular user of psychedelics. If you want to count marijuana, but that is for my medical reason. But some people, that is something they practice. I do not. Let's see. American maker. The Knight of Pentacles represents diligence, reliability, and methodological approach to achieving goals. Let's see here. Acting as a reminder that patience consists in effort brings results. That's my life, right? That's my life. Let's see here. Yeah, the psychedelics are an important thing in our history that indigenous people have always known have helped bring healing and transformation. So that's an important conversation to be having. You don't see any hair? Oh, see it? Look. It's not much there, but there's some there, right? Let's see here. I don't buy into the whole road to hell being paved with good intentions. Yeah, that's stupid. That's a scam, right? That people say to control you, to make you afraid, so that they have power over you. Like, your good intentions don't matter. They certainly do. Your good intentions change the shape of the world. Don't believe these assholes. Yeah. You are a mermaid? Wonderful. We love mermaids here. The Oblivion OST, you know it. You are a person of culture, right? Always an exchange with any magic. Yeah. Well, I don't believe in transactional religion. I believe in balance, in unity, and harmony. That in terms of working with energies to achieve a greater purpose, rather than I'll do this for you, you do this for me. I think that is a terrible religious structure that Christianity still promotes. I think our ancestors were wrong. And I think people who practice magic, where I'll do this for you, deity, you do this for me, I think that is very primitive. And you're using, it's objectifying intimacy, right? I don't think gods want to be your prostitutes unless they are dark and evil. Oh, good morning to you, Skippy. It's been a few months, but we've been missing your love for peanut butter. How can we forget, right? Is Aleister Crowley? No, he's evil. Aleister Crowley is not a good person. What he did in his life to animals, I'm not a fan. Bigfoot is here. Good to see you. So much native culture was wiped out, yeah, because of Christians. Yeah, you're right. Treat others how you want to be treated. Yeah, that's very important. The occult is real, and it's all here, right, Derek? Yes, the power of the entities are here. You believe that regardless of religion, faith, as long as you are good and have a heart. That's important, right? Yeah. What they try to do is trump the idea of you having an idea rather than what you're doing. They say, if you have the right ideas, that's all that matters. That's a way to control you, right? That's a waste of your life. The idea that you have a right idea about the divine. This is a scam, and it's their idea. It's not one you've come up with, right? It's their idea that they say is the one that matters. And then you can do whatever you want in your life. It's such a scam. Heaven and hell nonsense, right? You agree about Crowley? Yeah, magic would have been accepted in some form. I mean, he's credited for advancing magical practice, but at what cost? His own soul, right? I mean, he was morally deprived as an individual. The great evils that he did to pursue his own. He wasn't concerned about making the world a better place, right? And look what happened to him. All his materialism, it caught up to him at the end of his life. He died in misery. Where are we at here? We're having a good time. Hell is a state of existence. Yeah, for some people, right? For some people, certainly, right? All right. Now, good afternoon to you, Nat. I am Liam Palmer. Okay. I am the leader of the occult. Jesus taught a lot of good stuff. He did. He did. It depends on what resources you are using. There's a lot of bad stuff in the material as well. Now, all of these resources, you have to, whatever is written about the Christ, you have to understand that it comes to you through a filter. You have to understand the filter, its purpose, and then try to find, this, what he did historically. What he, and we know that, like, I think it's like 20% of the canonical Gospels was actually his words, right? Oh, let's see. Take care, Adam. Have a great day. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, we had a lot of fun today, right? Let's see. Study the medicines of the earth, and you'll live longer, certainly. Yeah, everything you need is here. It's not in some other magical place, right? It's all here. Oddly enough, we do have a third eye watching us all the time. Am I Wiccan? No, I practice Druidry. Wiccans are my neighbors. I have a lot of good Wiccan friends that come on here and talk, right? Yeah. Not for me. You're the best. You'll be in my prayers. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, because I do this every day, and we had a really good time today, right? But unfortunately, I've ran out of time for the day. I will return to you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, around that time, if you're interested in having a conversation tomorrow. Like the stream at the top, subscribe, go to the join button, buy me a cup of coffee. You get all kinds of cool emojis, right? And you get access to our Discord server where we continue the conversation. There's a wonderful group of people there. People who believe in lots of gods, people who believe in none, and people who believe in like one or two, or maybe be a god themselves. So we all get along under the banner of spiritual entertainment. So think about becoming a community member. Just for the price of a cup of coffee. That's all it costs, right? Think about that. Buying me one cup of coffee a month, unlimited spiritual entertainment every day. I do this 40 hours a week. There's always content coming to you every morning. Think about supporting that and being part of our community. All right. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow.